Look small if I said perfect.
It's live. We just went live. So I don't know how many people will be coming on so quickly. We're going to hang out for a few minutes. I think we're going to try to do no more than a 30-minute live because we have to get down the road. We're still 4 hours away from home, but we wanted to hop on live and let everybody know that we made it through Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. Woo! So I'm going to share this out briefly. Say something.
Something.
While I share this out, please.
So we had a great time. It was a different experience, like every investigation. We got some really good footage. There's definitely it's haunted. I can say that much. Nothing was thrown at us or anything like that. Nothing super out of the ordinary, like run us off with demonic possession or anything in that nature. For the most part, it went very well. Nobody got hurt. Lots of stairs to climb, that's for sure. We had plenty of time to spend by ourselves. There were many moments where we got caught up by ourselves, and each person kind of had their own little experience. It was definitely something to behold. I would do it again. I didn't get any drone footage because I got there like 15 minutes like after golden hour, and the whole valley was just covered. So if you get there late, don't ever plan on getting any really good shots of the outside.
Yeah. I'm still trying to share this live out. I haven't even got it done yet, but welcome in. I'll be on the chat in a second. We can't see it from the cell phone, but we will be talking a little bit about, if you're just joining us, Brushy Mountain and our experience in some different places for about 30 minutes before we hit the road to head back to NC, because we are currently still in Tennessee.
I'm trying to pull it up on my cell phone, so
yeah.
There we go. Oh, awesome. Hi.
Hey, Lena. Hey, Barb.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Yeah.
What's up, Jared?
Just letting a few people come in.
We pretty much we stayed in a motel for the night. Hotel, whatever.
We got lucky. You can tell them a little bit why. I wouldn't say everybody's business, but just our business.
Well, let's just say this town that we're in right now is not a place you want to be caught at after hours, because we watched probably 5 people get pulled over on the way to the when we decided we were going to be in the hotel. Like, we were going to drive home, but the way they were pulling people, it just seemed like they were pulling them so fast they didn't even have a reason to. So it was definitely a no contest decision. So we ended up crashing, and we got the place for like a whole day, basically.
Yeah, so we're still here. We got really lucky. It was a lot, and people that were with us, they had issues going home, and we were tired. I mean, I had been up for so I went to sleep for only an hour before we left, and I slept a broken hour on the way. So I pretty much pulled a day and a half with 2 hours of sleep, and I don't know how I did it, but I did it.
Yeah, we were both kind of sleep deprived. I will say that much. I got up at 6 a.m. and we didn't go to sleep until basically the next day.
Yeah, he got up at 7, but you at least got a decent amount of sleep the night before. Yeah. He did not sleep. I slept pretty good. I slept to about 12:31 here. So definitely very fortunate to be able to stay here, because that was not the plan. It's my favorite. We're at a Holiday Inn, so I like their pillows. So I slept pretty well.
Yeah, and the pricing wasn't too bad. I'm not going to complain very much.
Yeah, not for what we got.
Yeah.
And they even had makeup wipe removers. It was fancy. We got anybody coming in. So yeah, I'm going to share this out to our Appalachian Nightmare community page, and then we will get started.
Yeah, one thing I will definitely say about this one, you guys are really going to want to tune in when it comes out because we have all kinds of spiritual sessions from the Necrophonic app, like very direct things. Not a lot of vulgarities like what we usually have, like at some of our places, you know, like Henry River Mill or Bobby Mackey's. This was more like down to questions. If you asked very specific questions, like about their day to day life, they were willing to answer it. But if you started asking things, trying to get some answers for what they did or why they're in there for, they were a little bit more reluctant to try to give you answers, at least in our experience.
Absolutely. So we got there at 6:30-ish. Well, no, we got there like 5:30. And we were the first ones there because we drove in from our hometown in North Carolina. And I actually got to do a podcast episode for Lights at Midnight, which is the podcast, Psychic Paranormal podcast, kind of that I hope it's kind of, I say, because we've stopped doing it on the audio end, but we're doing it on the video end. We do reactions and teachings and lessons. I do that with Emily, the fine art medium. A lot of y'all already know that, just in case anybody sees this that doesn't know. But there will be and this is a cool thing, there will be a podcast reaction to the Foreman Brothers coming out on Lights at Midnight Monday. And there will be some footage from Brushy Mountain in that video. So it's going to be like a collective sneak peek just on my other channel. And Emily let me use her cards. So there'll be a little clip in there. I edited that actually in bed today. So I'm excited about that. And then we met Jamie. So she's the one that does the like the tours. And unfortunately, the only bummer is like we expected to film the history tour, but there wasn't much of one. She didn't, she just kind of turned us loose, but she did not want to be on camera. So we were not able to film her directly like a history tour, unfortunately. And she's got an amazing personality. Definitely very interesting night. And it was kind of felt like home there in a way. And that's weird to say, but she was raised there. She told us some interesting stories. I don't know how much I'll share about, I have to sit back and think about it if any of it's like too personable, but her family has owned the rights to work in that prison for 99 years, I think, in the paperwork. So,
Jared, by the way, we don't have to go through Asheville. They have a reroute, and I don't even think you can get into Asheville.
Yeah.
As far as I know, like the roads are completely washed away.
Yeah, the military has pretty much everything blocked off, or the residents, or they just can't get through. So, but yeah, so we got there, and after that, we were turned loose. So we went in as many places as possible. Brushy Mountain looks a lot bigger than you think. I mean, it's large, but it's very hard to get lost. There's several buildings.
They only let you tour the prison. Like they don't let you tour the grounds beyond that. Is at least
you're stuck. You're literally locked inside the walls of Brushy Mountain.
Yes, we were locked in a prison.
Yes, we had till 4, but we left at 3, and I mean a.m. But from being there from 5:30, doing the podcast and everything, we got to go into the hole. We got to go into D block, which is like maximum security. Which both of those were the heaviest. I'm not going to talk about what happened too much, but let me see the comments though. I mean, hold up. We're not going to talk about too much that happened there because it might give some stuff away for the video. But the whole was pretty disorienting for me. And the cafeteria, we went there. We went to the hostage hall, so where the hostages were taken hostage. A man, white man, actually was racist and shot African American, 2 African American men during the hostage situation. It was really sad. Lots of residual energy. Unfortunately, we did not have a lot of like REM pod or spirit box, or not spirit. We had tons of spirit box.
Yeah, almost no one did.
Yeah, but we barely could get the REM pod to hit or even a cat ball. So, hey, Connie. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Alexis. Hey, Trisha. Yeah, the hole is definitely very cruel. They would have up to 11 people in one of those rooms, with a bucket to drink out of for water and a bucket to pee in, and you can't see. So could you imagine using the bathroom in the wrong bucket, and then that's all you get for that day? I saw some things. There was a lot of psychic impressions I feel that I got. Um, we had something, I'll go ahead and tell you because it's not on video, but we had something happen where we were walking back from the bathroom towards the main part of the prison. And hey, Craig, welcome. I appreciate you dropping in. But yeah, we were walking back from the bathrooms and saw like a hunched over figure run, and I just stopped. But we recreated it, and it almost looks like, not to the T, but it almost looks like how we were carrying the light and the bushes were stationary, but it really did look three-dimensional. So I can't say whether or not, and that was off the bat. Then I got touched right after that on my shoulder. So it was quite interesting, and we got our REM pod. It's set up over. You turned it on, right?
Yeah, it's still on.
Okay, so I doubt anything's going to happen. The energy in this place where we're at feels really good. But guys, if you have any questions about Brushy Mountain, you can ask us. If there's anything you're interested in, we'll be happy to answer that. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was definitely one to remember for sure. I would like to go back one day. I have my eyes on some hot spots.
Yeah, so Barb, we went with Down South Supernatural, so Dylan, Greg, Riley, and we went with Durham Paranormal, which is Angel and Ruth, and then we went with Halo. So Halo's part of Down South too, and then Brad. Brad is a friend of the family with Greg and Riley. He's our friend too now, that we know him and everything. He went with us to Henry River Mill. But Brad is a very kind individual, but he is kind of skeptical, which is completely understandable. But I kind of, I think I talked about it last week, but that's the house that I remote viewed and saw like the energy he was working with and stuff, or not working with, but that was working on him in his house. He lives in a house that's old, that has a lot of history. So,
What's up, Ransom?
hey, how you doing? Yeah, we had the Patreon spirit box session. I only had 3 people turn in questions, so it was only a total of 8 questions because one person didn't ask all 3. So we did that in a specific place. I'll go ahead and tell you guys, we did that in the hole. We got some interesting responses. I can't wait to dig through the evidence.
Craig asked a really good question. He's like, what was the most aggressive presence you had?
For me, it might have been in D block because when I was staying, we did that at the very end of the night. I could feel like pressure on the back of my head because what I saw visually while I was in D block, which is a building out on its own, there's 2 levels and there's 4 rows for the life sentence, like max life sentencers. I started getting pressure really bad, like a headache, and that is something that was not going on with me. And then also, I'm just turn this a little bit this way. It's kind of that way. There we go. Also, I felt like fingers right here, like trying to grab me almost. And I'm like, you just got to stop. That should be, we definitely got that on video, unless I forgot to press record because I did that a couple times. I was so tired. But,
I had my hair brushed.
oh, okay.
It was beautiful.
Like hairbrushed. Who brushed your hair in prison?
I don't know, probably Earl or Bubba or Jimmy or.
I don't know if James Earl Ray was still there. I didn't feel a lot of it.
No, he's not there.
A lot of it to me feels residual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A lot of it to me feels residual. There are spirits there, but we went up into the auditorium, which I was so excited about going, and we got squat. There's a lot of us there, like I would highly recommend if you went. I think it has its on and off nights, like anywhere else. Yeah, this keeps. There we go. You're kind of turned sideways, so we're like this.
You're fine. Just
but yeah, so
I just want to say, like, well, actually, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
Well, I just want to say, like, yeah, it being a maximum security place, a lot of things happen to others that it shouldn't have. Like, I'm trying to be careful how I say it because I don't want to give anything away for their stuff. But there was a lot of trouble with communications because of like energies. Like, we had a lot of mixed energies going around. Like, if you said anything in an authoritative way, like, it would shut them down. And they didn't want to communicate anymore after that.
Yeah.
We did end up getting a lot of the same repetitive stuff that you get in necrophonic, but there was no signals at all in the place. So pre-warning anyone who goes there, you cannot use a spirit box. It does not work.
Yeah, well, you can use a spirit box, like depending on if you have like necrophonic, but not like a SP7.
Right. You can't
Or
use
you
a
can't use the
transmitting one
radio.
that flutters through radio stations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great. That's what they put for the thing. I'm like,
It's beautiful.
Up
And I'm
for
just
my-
staring down like that's nice.
it's like, but yeah, you can't get the crazy thing is we sat outside the gates and there was a cell tower like right in front of us, like on the other side of the mountain. So, but we didn't have cell service. That's why we couldn't go live. So it really sucked, honestly. We were hoping to go live. We had time to go live. I mean, I still kind of rushed and did things, but you know, I feel energy. So once I stopped like feeling things, I just went ahead, parted off, and did other filming projects that I had to do for Lights at Midnight, for Patreon. The only thing that I didn't get to do that I wanted to do was take my phone and the audio recorder and just let it sit. I'm almost positive we would have got EVPs from that. For me, it wasn't that bad. I walked all around that prison by myself, but it's very open and airy. Like at the end of every hallway, there is an open door or no door. So, and it, you know, probably was designed that way a little bit too, maybe not, but like we were in the yard. She said there was rattlesnakes and stuff. We could not go out to the front of the building once we got in, which is fine, you know.
I tried to find one. I couldn't find any. It's probably too cold for them.
Yeah. So I'm going to get here in the chat so I can see a little.
I would have loved to have gotten one on video.
Feels thick. It, you know, Connie, it wasn't awful, but just in certain places. And I honestly, nothing I have been to, and I've only been to this is our 5th investigation since we started. Yeah.
Mhm.
So since May, we've done 5 investigations, and
I believe.
I know, and nothing compares to Bobby Mackey's thus far.
That was a diamond in the rough.
Yeah. Bobby Mackey's, there's a reason. Brushy Mountain, I think there's a lot of native spirits there. I do have Cherokee blood. I felt very protected. There were times that, I mean, just I was respectful, you know, like I had a lot of sadness come over me in the hole. And it was affecting other people as well, but it's just that residual emotion. And they had a black mirror in the end down there in the hole. And I think that was set up for that TV show. How much you want to bet? Spirit just told me that. They have a TV show coming out that I can't remember who it was either, but they're going to be the first people to go into the mines. And that's all I'm going to say. No name drops because there might be under, you know, but somebody's getting ready to go in the mines of Brushy Mountain. Mm-hmm. Just as a little heads up.
They'll be the first ones ever.
I'm just reading the comments here. Yeah, that's true, Craig. People make the mistake of thinking they're in control. Hey, Edna. Welcome in, everybody.
What's up? What's up?
But yeah, it was interesting. It was a bucket list location. I'll probably never go back. It's a fair price for what you're getting. You get the whole place for a long time. But unless I go back with another team, like, or if I'm invited back or I'm doing like a show or something, I will go back. But I'm happy to have checked that off my list and say that I went. The lack of spirit communication with certain baseline equipment was disappointing. There are people that left that were highly disappointed, but I honestly think when we go back, like between the psychic impressions and everything, it's not always about them touching a cat ball. It's not always about them playing with the REM pod. Does that get exciting? Yes, but it is about the feelings and tuning in for me. Like I didn't, I don't need all that stuff. It's fun to do the spirit box. We had to use the necrophonic a lot. The one thing that I know y'all are going to be upset, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all, we left the headphones for the Estes.
Yeah. They didn't really work that great anyway.
Yes, they do.
I'm gonna work towards getting some that are better.
We just left them, so we couldn't do the Estes. And I forgot to do the Seer app because I enjoy the Seer app. I enjoy testing it out. And we had 8 hours, but again, working on very limited sleep and a lot of caffeinated beverages.
Necrophonic still delivered some really good
Yeah.
results. I would say like some of the best results I've gotten conversation wise. Some of them just wanted to have a conversation. You bring up something random and they go to town on you. Like they'll give you all kinds of information, but the second you say something that just anything can be triggering to them, and it just shuts them down, and you get nothing but static.
Yeah, we don't know where we're going next, Barb. So we have some ideas. I'm not going to name any places, but they're closer to home because this place wasn't that far. It was 5 hours, but our car has 256,000 miles on it. We threw 3 check engine codes on the way over here. So pray that we make it home. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I might not have a car this time next week or
Well, we should. It's just there's certain things we kind of already know what to expect based on the codes, and it should be something simple that we got to take care of. But we'll see. So we are probably not going to go no more than an hour and a half,
and go no mo.
than 2 hours away from home. And I've got a couple locations that are actually rather inexpensive that I have not been to that me and V for the holidays. We have 2 children's birthdays coming up. We got Christmas coming up. We're going to save up our Patreon money for those that have chosen to support us that way. We thank you. That helped a lot for this investigation.
Absolutely.
Without y'all, it would have not been possible, honestly. And the help, I had a couple donors as well. I won't name names, but y'all know who you are. Without y'all, we would have struggled to get here. So we are grateful. We're trying to bring y'all the best content that we can, and the experiences. My goal in my videos is to make you feel like you're there with us. And we hope that you feel that way. I have a passion for it. This is just one facet of the work that I do. There's many facets to both of us, really.
Too many.
Too many. Yeah, it's too many to keep up with. But we do have something cool we can talk about real fast.
You're not pregnant, are you?
No.
Oh.
No, not at all.
Just making sure.
Ain't having no more damn kids.
I don't know.
I got 3 and I love them dearly, but nah, I'm good. Not today, Satan.
I miss my kids, actually.
I do. I miss my kids dearly. And I got to put on another hat tomorrow and Saturday and go fulfill wedding planning shoes. So
God, I miss that life sometimes.
I love it,
It's
but
fun.
this is the first time I've done it since the pandemic. And I've thought about getting back into it. But with my back, boy, I have nursed myself today and so blessed to have a hotel room because I've been able to get my back to unlock. Yeah. I'm not like completely bit over with my arthritic pain, but so the cool thing is something that I'm doing, and it's going to be on the Luminary Luna Beams channel. It's something I've been planning for years, actually. That's years in the making, but it's going to be paranormal. So I should start the series. It is a series. I've been talking about it. You may or may not have heard about it because I've sparingly talked about it. We're doing a haunted object series. So many of you may or may not know that me and V met Annabelle in 2021 at the very first Seekers of the Supernatural Paracon. And we have our stories there. Actually, it's not really a story, it's an experience. We had an experience there. I have talked about it, but we're going to be including photos, and me and him are going to be interviewing like together, kind of podcast style. And then I have an interview with Duran from Dead Serious Investigations that I did way back earlier in the year. I wanted to get this done, but by the time it was ready to edit, literally, our Appalachian Nightmare just fell in my lap because, again, Spirit gave me this name and this directive, and it just lined up because I was trying to manifest and find people that were awesome, like we found to go with. And we're very blessed to have them in our lives. And lives. Lives and lives. But I have an interview with him that I'm going to release. And we also, in part of that is one of my client cases. So one of my client cases is coming out of the vault. It is a 3-hour long conversation, but I will be putting just pieces of that conversation in for validation only and building you guys a story. They have gave me permission to do this after they said if it can help anybody. That's the goal, is to educate, entertain, and enlighten in across all 3 of my channels. And yeah, so then we're going to do something very cool at the end. I think I'm going to hold off because that's kind of the finale, and we're going to finish it off with a live. So I've got to film and edit almost everything to make you guys that trailer, but I probably will. It will be going on the Luminary Luna Beams channel. So the Luminary Luna Beams, that is my main personal channel. That is mine. I don't, because this channel I share with V, and then the other ones with Emily. So I plan on pushing that, and then we're going to get back. The Luminary is going to be kind of doing its thing. I've got some things in the making. So.
Yeah. Also, Craig, you said earlier the psychic ability and research is more valuable than the like the scientific side of it, and it's more like a validation for everyone, for us. Like we do each side of it, and it's not that a psychic needs the validation so much as the like we're doing it to kind of cover all angles.
Well,
But
yeah.
we do need our validations at times to kind of make it more it makes it more like we're on the right track for us.
For me as a psychic, that is the one thing that helps me is the validation. Validation is everything for an intuitive. Just gonna put that out there. But I see what you're saying. For
It's
me,
hard for content.
yes, it's hard for content, right? So it's the hardest part is if it was just us, which it was. The experience is everything, but translating that to the audience is harder. But I agree with what you're saying. I'm cool with the spirit box. Spirit boxes, when you have the radio, my favorite thing to do, but it's just annoying unless you have the portal box set up with the radio. That's my favorite because they don't say cat balls on the radio. Uh, Going back to Bobby Mackey's, I said, if you want to touch these cat balls, I have it here on the table, and across the radio, because we were right outside of like Cincinnati, Ohio. It said, play with cat balls, like a full sentence from the radio. That's not coming across the radio. For me, that's the most validating experience with the REM pods. Like last night, I was almost 6 foot away from that REM pod, and my energy was setting it off because I was just projecting out energy.
But at the same time, being there, I could walk right up to their REM pods and then have to actually touch it before it went off like once.
Right. And it could have been that or the batteries.
I don't think it was the batteries. It was like a mixture of
Well,
things.
just with our REM pod, that's what's happening. We just have a small one. That's like a little black one now. Yeah, we're building up our ghost hunting equipment little by little. We wanted to get the filming stuff we needed and the ghost hunting stuff we needed, Because for me, well,
The comments.
it's fine. I got them right here.
No, I knocked them in the floor.
He dropped y'all.
Our audience.
But yes, this is our little Remy pot. He put a sticker on it, but it works.
Sorry, I didn't mean to kick you. These beds are really high.
Yeah, they are. I feel like a little kid. All right, but yeah. So found out some interesting things about the place. For me, overall, Brushy Mountain, really awesome. Great experience. Not as bless you, not as much activity as we would have hoped for, but I think we got a lot of good communication. There's some things that I don't even think I can put on Patreon that happened.
No,
yeah,
we can't.
yeah, because there was
Some of it will.
Some of it will, but unfortunately, it had to do with
Tromo.
metamiles. Where I'm at with a word, metamiles with a P, and Halo. She's very young. I mean, she's an adult now. She just turned 18, but she still looks very young. And the spirit box, and they thought it was funny, and it was, but it was literally making us slurping.
It was horrible. It was horrible. and we were laughing at it, and it just, I think it was more of joking than anything. Um, I think people with more of a darker sense of humor would find that more funny. It was just the timing. He was trying to make us laugh, is what
Yeah.
it was, and it was definitely working. Like if you get the energy just right, they will work off of you. It's just the subject matter itself
It's
is
dark.
very censorable.
Yeah.
YouTube would not let that fly.
And not only that, even if I put it on Patreon, it might be offensive to some people.
Yeah, it's offensive to me.
It is offensive, but when you're in the moment and it's sitting there making noises and everybody else is laughing, you're going to laugh.
I'm still laughing.
But I honestly think that spirit was trying to do that. I mean, but it'll not see the light of day because, we realize we're doing this now and it's unfortunate. It was kind of funny, but it was really messed up because it was with a metamile. Rhyme with a P. Rhyme metamile with what. So got a couple questions here. We are going to have to close it out pretty soon. I think, let's see. What did Ransom say? Ransom said something up there. Maybe I missed it. Okay, right here. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad y'all feel that way, that our investigations are like hanging out with friends. Y'all are my friends. Y'all are my internet buddies. And a lot of y'all I know personally, or I've at least spoken to on the phone, whether it's through a reading or just as friends. And I love you guys. We went through a whole friendships early on in our 30s because me and him both are late 30s now. And I have found I never had friends online until now. And it's really awesome. I've found a lot of awesome people, more so than I could in just my community. And I'm sure there's great people out there, but it's hard to meet people, people that are dedicated and interested in this. And again, we appreciate y'all so much. It really does help my life tick in a different way. And I hope that we can do that for y'all as well. And Craig says technology is good and all, but it's not reliable. Yes, I see what you're saying. 100% agree because the energy, there's magnetic fields. So, and I mean, it doesn't have to be paranormal too. I get more validation when I'm by myself. I'm still learning how to do that in a group setting. But if you've seen anybody that's a medium on like a TV show or something, there's not a bunch of people around them. And this is nothing against the people I go with. This is just what I need, I think, to get like a deeper, like when I just have one or two people and it's quiet, I can fly. But when there's multiple distractions, I'm stepping into my 3D more and just, I guess interacting with other people is something I'm still trying to do, but I think to a level, there's just going to have to be some changes, or I'm going to have to get better at it, if that makes sense. I just can't do it with a spirit box constantly going and stuff like that. It's not good for me to be able to pull in information, but I got information last night, just not in a collective setting as much as I would have hoped for.
Yeah, it was difficult to channel anything, but you could actually physically feel some things. Like I could feel people walking past me. I could feel people behind me trying to give me that you need to keep one eye over your shoulder feeling. Um, Definitely a lot of knocks and taps. Very much physical with that, but we didn't have anything thrown at us. We didn't have anything threatening us or telling us to get out. They wanted us in there. They wanted to talk. And when you're in prison, like you spend a lot of time alone.
We've all been to prison.
I mean, I've never been to prison, but I'm saying, like, from what I know, like, and what they've told me, like, it's hard to laugh when you've not slept too much.
We were fortunate at least.
Yeah, it was a very nice trip. I would totally, I would do it again personally, just because I think it was just not the right time specifically.
There can be all kinds of reasons. Like we can't sit here and speculate, but there's it could be all kinds of things. Lunar phases, people, what we're projecting off, and people. Sometimes things don't want to interact with your energy.
That's true.
Period. Like I've had that happen.
There's a lot of human beings out there that don't want to interact with my energy at all, and I'm cool with that.
Anyway, stop kidding. Stop, Al. He's beating on me. Call 911. Quit. All right, listen. All right, listen. So I got a couple more comments here. Connie, we need some lunar reads. They're coming. They're coming, hopefully. And do I have a certain day that I go live? So a lot of times for the Luminary Luna Beams, before my mom passed, I was going live on like the close to the full moon and the new moon. I need to move that back by a couple days because those are my days that I need to be doing my spiritual practices and routines to stay in my spirituality place that I want to be. So I might be moving that back. There's going to be some changes coming. The class, as soon as I get home, this month, I'm hoping to have that date rescheduled by next month because I finally have the time to like hone in just on that because I'm going to just kind of pick around this Brushy Mountain stuff. He's got to get it all together first for me to be able to go in and get it done. He kind of lines up all the stuff and puts it together, which makes it very easy. Let's see.
Trying to figure out what you meant by that at first.
True, it's good to have. Craig says. Thank you, Lena. And yeah, I try to be. I really do. The only difference is like you might see me get a little bit more serious during my investigations. If we were sitting here chatting, it would be very similar. Unless I'm like disassociated somewhere else thinking about something and I'm quiet. I can be a lot more quiet than people may realize sometimes. But I get in the zone and I just start feeling stuff. I just do. That's how I do. Go ahead. He gets mad at me because I'm particular. I get particular about things because I got like shots and ideas and I'm like, we got to do this. We got to go. But you got to realize we have 10 years in the event experience and things happen like, so I can get stressed out too.
We have different views on things, but we still get it done. There's been plenty of times we've showed up to events the day of with just not really much planned and somehow brought it all together like at the last minute.
When you're meant to do work in anything in life, when you're meant to do something, the universe, spirit, whatever you want to call that, facilitates an easier path for you to a degree. To a degree, yes, and you can't get away from it. And we love you too, Connie. We got to talk soon, girl. Yes, thank you for being here, Craig. I love it. I love doing this, man. And I can you'll know what I'm talking about, Craig. I can use my college degree for social media now, and Canva just makes it so easy. It's like, so when I picked up Canva, I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I learned for 2 years straight. But it's helped a lot. So everything I've done in life, I can say this and I'm grateful for it. Event planning, bartending, waiting tables, doing like manual labor, every logistics, the printing and all that, and graphic design, everything that I've done has led me up to be able to do this type of work in some way, shape, or form. The one thing I had to learn was editing, but I already had that with like school and stuff. So
Amazon employee discount.
For what?
That's what I'm thankful for.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it is a lot of work.
It helped like quite a bit.
But guys, it's getting late. We're going to pop out of this town before it's like sun goes down, because last night at 3 a.m. they were pulling people over for, I mean, we say this, but it's legit. We got confirmation by somebody that was with us. It's their story to tell if they choose to, not ours. That they actually got pulled over for no reason. And the policeman said they were doing a certain speed limit, like almost 20 miles over, and they weren't. And it ended well, but still, their story to tell. We're getting the hell out of this town before sundown. Yeah. And it's almost here. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, we might be too late.
No, we'll be good. We're getting on the highway. The highway's like 20 minutes away. But it's a nice little town. It's really nice out here. But yeah, guys, before we hop off here, does anybody have any questions? It doesn't matter if it's about Brushy. I will let you know as soon as I got something nailed down for November. We might low key do something local. Like, I know I want to do some more local haunts, but they may not be so structured for the holidays. I really should. I know what I should do for the holidays. I have some stuff up my sleeve. I ain't gonna say it because I say it, then it takes forever and it might not happen. I'm gonna keep it to myself for now.
Yeah, good idea.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for all the
We
love.
love
We
y'all.
love you guys too.
Yeah. And I guess when we get back and get some things going, I will shoot out another community post. I'm sure I'll have some social media coming out. And we should make it home tonight at some point. We still like 4 hours and 15 minutes, and we're stopping by Buc-ee's again. Can we do that, please?
Oh, absolutely. I'm definitely gonna try to work on some more content soon. I have weekends off at my job, which makes things a little bit easier.
For the first time in 2 years.
We're gonna try to do some local stuff, some things that are more closer by. I'm always interested in things that are in Old Salem, so I want to see what the avenues are with that. And
Yeah.
there's quite a bit of old graveyards, there abandoned places that are like super like old that people don't even know about. There's some stuff I know about that people don't know about.
And I'm thinking about talking to the Stokes County Courthouse since they're doing ghost walkthroughs. Why couldn't we investigate?
I don't want to investigate a courthouse.
I am. I'll leave you at home then.
Not in Stokes County.
But yeah, guys, we're gonna hop
Sorry,
off
that's where I'm
here.
from.
We're gonna hop off here for now, and yeah, pack up. We don't have too much to do, but fiddler over here, he'll have to fiddle everything in the car, and we gotta leave. So don't
I bent it.
you broke it,
No,
you
I didn't.
some bitch.
It's okay. I got another one at home.
Look what he did. That's what he gets. Broke our fucking rim pod. Oh, oops, it's far enough.
Just an antenna.
It's far
I've got
enough in the
like
live.
50
I
of
could
them.
drop one F-bomb.
Fuck.
Stop. All right, I gotta go. I love y'all.
I'm gonna get
I'm
her
mad
canceled.
now. Yeah, you're not. No, that ain't gonna cancel.
I love you guys. She's gonna stab me with
Yeah,
this.
I am. All right, we'll talk to y'all soon. Bye. I cannot believe you broke it, yo, son of a.
Shit happens.